So the Concord second beta has dropped. And it's not good news, everyone. I'm really concerned that this is going to be dead on arrival. I wondered this might happen when I first saw the trailer. And you don't want to see that, really. I don't like seeing games dead on arrival. But I think that's what... Sorry, I'm yawning. As you know, I record this silly o'clock in the morning. I don't do much editing, so there, it is what it is. I think this game is sadly dead on arrival. I didn't want to see that, but I think it is. I remember when I first saw the opening trailer, and I thought, wow, this looks okay, but it very much Guardians of the Galaxy. It had that vibe when they're all in a diner. Different characters from different races. It's trying to be funny, trying to be hip. And I was like watching this video sequence. I was like, this cinematic. I was like, I'm liking this. It's not too bad. But in the back of my head, I'm like, please don't be a hero shooter. Please don't be a hero shooter. That's all I want. Just don't be a hero shooter. We saw the gameplay as a hero shooter. I was like, because in the back of my head, I kept thinking, who wants this? Who's asked for this? Like, I didn't ask for this. We've got a pretty saturated market with lots going on, like Overwatch. I'm just going to throw it, Overwatch. That's all I kept thinking to myself. You're just another Overwatch clone. And it kind of basically seems like this is if Overwatch and Guardians of the Galaxy had a baby. I don't want to get banned, so we know what's happening here. And then pooped out an incomplete baby, which nobody liked. It's not like everyone looks at the baby and goes, "Ah, that's the cute baby." That's the cute baby. They're more looking at this baby of, what? I don't think that's what's going to be happening with this game. Now, the first beta originally dropped, and the numbers were shit. And they were people who pre-ordered the game. And I wasn't just going to go poo-poo all over that, because that's not fair. Because again, it was only for those who pre-ordered the game. And a lot of people don't do pre-orders. I don't do pre-orders. Nah, I don't like pre-orders. It's not my thing. So, to have a go at the game for its beta when it was just pre-orders, so it's not fair. It's all going to be about this second beta, the actual open beta, where people can play the game for free. And here are the current numbers. Yeah, all-time high. That's not good. You're not even hitting the 3,000 mark. That's not good. Bear in mind when you look at other games like Overwatch, we're in the thousands upon tens of thousands, and that game's been out for a while. And this is a brand new game. This is a brand new game, and you're only getting a few thousand. And again, this is a brand new game for free. For free. You get it for free. And if no one's getting hyped for your game for free, what are they going to do when it comes out and it's $40? No. Why would you pay $40 for something which allegedly is not as good as the games you can play for free? It's just not enough. At these numbers, if they release it now, it will die. It will die, and those numbers will drop probably just to the pre-order levels. Don't be expecting a whole takeoff. It's just not going to happen. And they're not going to make the millions back that they spent. Sony probably spent a shit ton on this game. They're not going to get their money back. It's gone. You need huge numbers for a live service game to be working. Again, look at Overwatch. Look at Helldivers 2. Huge numbers. You're just not getting it. Now, I know they're proposing that they're going to continue doing weekly cinematics, but I thought, okay, that's quite cool because you can flesh out the characters, something which Overwatch really didn't do when it first came out. But is this first week jitters? Well, no. Helldivers 2. That rode the wave. That's just been doing success after success after success. But that was quite revolutionary when it came out, because I remember when I saw it, it basically heavily leaned into that Starship Troopers trope, and it was awesome. The promotion, the idea, it was something different. It could stand out on its own 2 feet and go, well, come at me, Overwatch. You're nothing like me. You're nothing like me, so I can just do my own thing. And again, the initial trailers got me going because it was just funny as fuck. I was pissing myself laughing it. And I'm sorry, you're not going to get the same. It's a very crowded market, and Concord is trying to jump in where there isn't much space. And I have seen concerns that the game is just mid anyway. That it's generic, it's uninspired, the characters are poo, the maps are poo, and then it's very slow. Like, I've been hearing Sloverwatch and Protectors of the Universe going round. It's a slow game, and apparently they reduced the speed by 40%. I don't like it. The gameplay's key. If you're going to get the hype, gameplay is key. And obviously you've got character stuff as well. But it's not grabbing people. I like the idea of ranking mode. That if you're dominating, if you win a round with your character, you can't use that character anymore. So it means that you have to get good at 3, 4, 5 different characters if you want to keep going, so you can rotate them. But it also means if you're dominating on one particular character, well, then it gives a chance for other people who aren't as good to get better till they can start getting better. And I think that's good for newbies. I think it's always good to have that flavor and the mix, so you can try and get new people in there who aren't as good, who want to try and get their skills up. But if you haven't got the players, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Then you've got the DEI stuff, which obviously plagued this game from the get-go. And I have seen they put the pronouns in there. Who the fuck asks for pronouns? He, him. I don't care. I don't care what your pronouns are. I really don't give a shite. But I don't need to see them. Like, I'm one of those who, when I see emails and I see he, him, or she, her, I get fucked off. I'm like, nah. Like, I work, luckily, they've not forced me to do it at work. But I've told my manager, no, I'm not doing my pronouns. I refuse to. So, pronouns, bollocks. I'm not saying it's not bollocks, but I make this very clear. Because there are people who, have their gender identity. But when it's clearly what they are, that's when I get really argued up. Like, if I put mine as he, him, and I'm clearly a man. For God's sake. I hate this. Every freaking day I have to get rid of this thing, and again, it's going shortly. It might do. It depends if I'm lazy or not. But I just think the whole pronoun stuff wasn't needed. It just wasn't. It was a pain in the ass. Do I think this is going to have to change the model when going back to Concord? Yes, and the model's going to have to change if it stays as it is, and it's going to have to go free to play, which is not what the developers wanted at all. But I still think even with that, it's going to die, because even when you put it as free to play in the beta, no one's playing it. What I think should happen is that they delay the game. Delay the game until 2026. Put it on the shelf. Let's wait until... because 2025 is going to be too crowded. Put it in 2026. And hopefully maybe you've got 2 years where the market's died down a bit. Helldivers 2 isn't riding the wave. Overwatch and, other ones, Counter-Strike and all that palaver. Well, Counter-Strike's not going anywhere. But you might be able to have a bit more space that you can actually jump into. And maybe you can tweak the game even more, add new characters, add new maps, I don't know. Try just give it more time to cook in the oven, and that might be the best time, because if you release this game now, it's dead. It's absolutely dead. Like, maybe you could add a PvE mode, a story mode. That's one thing, again, going back to Overwatch, never had, and I was like, okay, it's just online multiplayer. Would it be cool if I had a story mode? Had none of that. So... not that I'm trying to tell Sony what to do, but I am. Put it back in the oven and delay it. Give it another 18 months, see what happens. Release it where you got space, you might get interest. Otherwise, this game is just going to drown the moment it comes out and no one's going to play it. But that's enough ranting for me. I've been Kagsy. See you next time.